Hi, and welcome to another one of my Thermomix videos with cooking made easy with a Thermomix. The idea being to tell you a little bit more about different functions of the Thermomix that we can do with this kitchen appliance that really is a complete multitasker. So today I'm going to make a brioche loaf. So it's an easy brioche loaf, and therefore showing you the kneading and making a dough function. So we're going to have a look at that. So let's find that. So if we go to my week here, where I've planned what I'm cooking, and we can see here the recipe easy brioche. Super. So I'm going to start cooking, and every step is detailed on the recipe. It's guided cooking on the Thermomix. It will literally tell you every step you need to do. So if you're someone who can't cook, this is easy because it will literally guide you all the way through. So grease and line a loaf. It says here with baking paper set aside. So I've already done that earlier. That's my 25 by 9 by 11 centimetre baking loaf tin. I put that to side, ready to use later. And next, right, so we're going to start to do this. We'll take away the varoma. Okay, remove the measuring cup from the steaming basket, ready to go. And let's start with our sugar. So 30 grams of white sugar. There we go, 30 grams. And then next we have 330 grams of milk. So pour this in, making sure we don't touch on the mixing bowl because it will, you can see, send the scales out. So it's important to keep that high when you're pouring in. And obviously with all these recipes we don't normally weigh liquids in grams, but the recipe development team convert any liquids into grams so that the scales can just weigh all the ingredients the same measurement. Slow down and get near to the end. Oops, a little bit over, that's fine. And then next we're going to put in our yeast. So I've just got the packet of yeast here, so I'm going to sprinkle that in and around into that milk and sugar mixture. There we go. And then next, so we're going to put on our lid with our measuring cup inside it, and we're just going to warm that mixture through and heat it up. So we're going to go for 2 minutes, just at 37 degrees, so it's a very gentle heat, and we're using a speed of 1. So I've just turn that round to 1. So just do that for 2 minutes, just to heat up that milk and get that yeast to start acting with the sugar. Okay, so that's now done. Just remove our lid. Let's just gently give that a mix around, and we press next. Okay, we're putting in our butter here. So we've got 80 grams of unsalted butter that's been softened. So using our spatula, we just put that in to mix around into that warm mixture. So taking it up as we go. Okay, and next, okay, we're going to add in our flour. So this is a baker's flour, so for bread, so strong bread, I've got all strong white flour, so just adding that in. So 650 grams. So just when you get near that end, just slow it up a bit. Oh, there we go. 650 on, just get the flour in. Okay, 652, so let's take a little bit off of there. To be honest, I don't normally worry too much about if we're over, because it's very sensitive. It's 1 gram increments it goes up in. There we how sensitive that is on there. And next, 1 egg. So I have 1 egg here that I've just beaten. Just pour that in and around. You can use that spatula to get the egg out. Silicone spatula, so it's very useful in getting everything out that bowl. And then next, a teaspoon of salt. We have that teaspoon here. And salt. So I've just got fine sea salt. Sprinkle that in amongst that flour. And then we're going to put our mixing bowl lid back on. Okay, and then we have 10 seconds, and we're just going to mix that all around at a speed of 7. Okay, and next, give you an idea of that, how it's all mixed it up there. We can just see how it's mixed our flour and butter, milk, etc. all up. So we're now going to just knead that there. So we're keeping the measuring cup inserted. And if we look at the screen now, we can see we're going to go into our dough function. So we're going to go for 3 minutes. And this here with that little wheat symbol is the dough kneading function. So this is what we use for making our bread. So it's all done within the mixing bowl, and literally just a turn to start it off. And that will start, as you can see on the screen, kneading the bread for 3 minutes. Moving it around using those blades and kneading it. Okay, so that mode is now done, so I'm going to press next. And we're going to transfer the dough onto a silicone bread mat or a lightly floured work surface and shape into a ball. So if I take that off, we're just going to turn that upside down onto the mat, untwist the base, which will let that blade fall out with our dough. There you can see we have that dough nicely made there. So if I just pull out the blade, take hold of that spatula, just get that off the blade. There we go. That's it. Pull that out. Okay, put that back in. So as you can see, putting that bowl back together, there's our bowl. Blade goes inside. So similarly, when we're washing up, as simple as that, placed back onto the there, and then just give it a squeeze around. Okay, let's now make our dough into a ball. So I'm going to use that spatula just to work it around. Just knead it all together. You see it's made a lovely dough. Very simple. 5 minutes that's taken for us to get that ball dough rather made for our brioche loaf. Now you can obviously, with the brioche, you can put it into a baking tin. If you want to, you can have a free-form loaf, or you can make a plait with it, or whichever sort of shaped dough you want to use once you've had that dough made. So we just need to get that bread to prove. So if we watch there, it says place dough into a large bowl. Let's move that out the way. I have a large bowl here. I'm going to put that into there. Allow it to prove. So you can see it's a nice dough there, and then we're going to put it with a kitchen towel over the top. Just put that over there like so, and then we're going to just leave that to prove in a warm place for 30 minutes. Okay, so we have now proved the bread for 30 minutes. Just take that off and see how that's risen up. Nice firm dough there that we have. So we're now going to preheat the oven to 200 degrees, it says on our instructions, and then I'm now next going to put my dough into my tin. So bring forward my prepared tin, take out that dough, shape that in, and just press that in the tin, just shape that through. And at this point, if you didn't want to use your tin, this is where you could just do free form with your dough. for your brioche bread. You could do a brioche plate. You could do whichever you fancy for your style of easy brioche bread. Okay, just press that in, get that nice flat into that tin. Just flatten that off. The way and turn that round. There we go. And then shape that. We're then going to allow the dough to cover for another 30 minutes in that tin. So we cover that back over here, and then I'm going to put that into a warm place again for another 30 minutes to prove in my tin. Okay, so I've just let that bread prove for 30 minutes in a warm place. So we're just going to take that away. And there we can see how nicely risen it has become. You can have a look there. And our next step is just to glaze the bread with an egg wash, which is optional. Egg wash is 1 egg mixed with some tablespoons of milk. So I'm just going to do that, just to give it that nice colour. So just brush that around the bread. There we go. A bit more on that top. There we go, that side. Okay, let's just tidy that up. Super. So our next step is basically for 25 to 30 minutes in that oven at 200 degrees or until it's golden brown. This depends obviously with your oven as to how it is. So we can see there we have a lovely brioche bread, and I'll show you once it's baked what the finished article looks like. So I've just taken our brioche bread out of the oven. It says serve warm or allowed to cool completely before slicing and serving. So you can see it's got nice golden brown colour on the top there, and a nice hollow sound to tell me that it's cooked. Okay, let's get that sliced up and I'll show you that in a second. And there we have our finished brioche bread, quick and easy, nice and warm. You can see there, nice, light and fluffy on the inside. So a good, nice, easy bread breakfast or serve with soup. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.